Hey guys, my name is Luke, or Luke on eBay, and today I've got a special parcel through the post. This parcel I won an auction on eBay. There's 2 items inside, so I'm quite excited to open this up. Excited so much I've busted out the double webcams to record this video for myself and if anybody else is interested. So, and the only really reason I'm recording this is because I want to look back at this in 20 years. 20 years time, look back at this and think, wow, like this is crazy. Because some of this stuff that's inside of here is quite common. Like as in, people who will see it and be, oh, right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it's not common as in it's easy to get. This is actually quite hard to find. Hence why I'm actually recording a video for it. So as you can see, all I've done here is I've blackened out all the information except for my name. And as you can tell, yes, I am from Bristol. And you can see the date today is the 15th of February 2021. So I'm going to open this. So let me get my scissors. I'm going to open it, try and open it on webcam, but it might shake a little bit, so I do apologise, but this is the only way. So I'm going to slowly cut into it. And I'm just going to rip it here. And just cut it here in a second. I'm going to move out of shot. Get that nice cut all the way up. Okay, so let's open this up and pull out what's inside. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, throw that down there. In here, as you can see, are shootout binders. Not only the standard shootout binders, these are completed shootout binders for a start, and they are from the year, and I'll let you see this in a second. So let me get this open up. There's quite a lot of sellotape on here, so bear with me 1 second. Just gonna try and get this out. So as you can see, these cards were made by Magic Box. These are essentially match attacks before match attacks were a thing, and I don't know what the hell's going on here. So let me just pull this out of shot. There we go. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is, first of all, let's look at this binder here. I'm going to put the other one to the side. I've never ever seen these in my life, so yeah, let's check them out. So hopefully we can get some focus in. Here we go. So get that, try and get out the best way possible. I think that's going to be the best way. So let's check this out. Okay. So like I say, here's the teams. It has all the teams in the front, which is pretty cool. There's not all of them, so maybe somewhere else there's some more. And I imagine this is going to go in alphabetical order here. So let's do the first page. Okay, first page we've got Arsenal. So we've got some pretty cool pretty cool cards. Jens Lehmann, Ashley Cole, got Sol Campbell there, Lauren, Colo Torre, Firmini, Perez, Clichy as well, he was a good player. Let me just see if I can get this to focus a bit more. Here we go. So you should be able to see some more now. So we've got Gilberto, you've got Jermaine Pennant there. Obviously it's probably one of his first cards there for Arsenal. Patrick Vieira, Cesc Fabregas, that's a pretty cool card. We've got Dennis Bergkamp, which has this, I guess that means there's a striker card. Obviously these are red and these are blue. So Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Jose Reyes, rest in peace, and a young Robin van Persie. So pretty cool. I mean, Fabregas has even got his mullet, as you can see. So pretty cool. As you can tell, I'm not 100%. I'm not a lot into soccer cards. I don't know too much about every single one and how they work. necessarily in value and things like that. Again, I bought this as just for a memory, really. I'll be straight out, I paid £110 for both of these binders, so yes, they do cost a pretty penny, but they are pretty cool. I've just noticed that this guy here has got this gold thing inside, so I wonder what that means there. It's got a Terry Henry one there as well, so that's pretty cool. Maybe they're different on the back, I'm not too sure. Let's see. Sol Campbell. They look on the same back, so there's a picture of the back, so 2004, 2005. I'm just thinking now, this is 2004, 2005 and not the next one, so this one is not going to have some of the, I don't know if he's got some of the rookies that I do now have, so let's check these cards out. We've got Aston Villa next coming in the 04-05. I wonder where they ended up in the league. That'd be quite interesting. Any cards here that we can sort of point at? We've got a very young Gareth Barry there. I wonder whether he played in the year before. So Carlton Cole, a very young Carlton Cole there. Let's have a look here. Who have we got? David McCann, Lee Hendry. Cool. There's some cards there. Oh, we've got a Peter Whittingham. He's a championship. Been around the different clubs. So next page, we've got Birmingham City. So this is pretty cool. Look at that, an Emil Heskey. A classic card there. Classic, always remember him. I see if anybody else rings a bell here. David Dunn, a very young David Dunn there. Have a look at him. Look at him, he's very young there. Holy crap. Oh, look who it is. Robbie Savage. 1-star defender. Interesting. Anyway, let's go on to the next page. We've got Blackburn. Okay. So check some of these cards out. We've got a very young, I don't know if you can get him in here then, Brad Friedel there. He's very young there. I know he was quite old before he retired, so let's just see if there's any cards here that I sort of recognise. Probably people who might come across this video might be shouting at cards that I might not recognise. There's a Dickoff, I recognise him. John Steed, bloody hell, he's been around for fucking years, hasn't he? Bloody hell. Let's have a look at any of these. Barry Ferguson. Doesn't help that the names are like down. I find it quite hard to actually read some of them. But anyway, let's go on to the next page. So who we got next? Who have we got next? Bolton. Okay, wow, these guys have definitely fell from grace when this binder was created. So we've got a Jasker Lane in there. That's pretty cool. He was really young in that one. Let's see who else we've got here. Is that Nicky Hunt? I think he played for Bristol City. It might not be him, but could be him. Let's see. Bolton had some pretty cool players, if I might remember. Oh, we've got a legend of the sport here, lads. Up here, Gary Speed. Rest in peace. Really sad. I actually found it really upsetting, actually, what happened to him. You know, and how, you know, we should really learn from things like that and change the better. But anyway, look at this guy here. This is a very young Kevin Nolan there. Look at him, he doesn't even look like the same person. So we've got Kevin Davies there. Look at that, Bolton legend, I believe, and also a very young Les Ferdinand there as well. I know he's pretty old there, actually, isn't he? I'm not 100% sure, but that's pretty cool. So let's go to the next page. We've got Charlton, okay, another League One team here. So let's check these guys out. I can't say I can name any Charlton 04-05 players, to be honest with you, off the top of my head without looking. So see if we recognise any. Danny Murphy, there's one we recognise. The now BBC's, you know, commentator or whatever he does. Match of the day, I think. But yeah, some pretty cool cards. As I said, I can't really say I recognise a lot of these. So, well, we've got a very young Paul Konchesky there. I think didn't he play for Manchester United? Maybe that's where Manchester. Oh, we're going to focus. Let's see if we can get him to focus. There we go. There he is, Paul Konchesky. I think he played for Manchester United. I could be wrong there. Let's turn to the next page. Ooh, okay, here we go. Chelsea. Now, obviously, this is when I believe the Abramovich era was about to begin, or may have already begun, and already I can see legend after legend in this binder. So first of all, we've got a Claudio Corricini there at the top there, and the main Chelsea goalkeeper, and obviously you can see next to him we've got a very young Peter Cech. I wonder whether that's his rookie card. And as you can see next to him we've got John Terry. I like John Terry as a footballer, but what he does off the pitch, he's just a prat. Anyway, William Gallas, a very young William Gallas. We've got Glenn Johnson there as well. He obviously played for Chelsea as well. We've got Paulo Freire. He was a Chelsea legend, you could say. Look at that, Ricardo Carvalho. We've got a Rain Bridge. Look at that, Claudio Makelele. He was an amazing player in my opinion. Look at this now. Up here we've got a Frank Lampard, 4-star. Now I don't think this is his rookie card. I'm pretty sure he's got 03 or 04 as well. But next to him we've got a Joe Cole, a Domain Duff, a Thiago. He went on to have a nice one. Arjen Robben for Chelsea. And next to him, look at these strikers. Didier Drogba, classic. I saw him in real life. Bjornsson, I think he went on to play for Real Madrid, I want to say. Mutu, I'm not too sure about him on all this guy here, but that's a pretty cool page. Some cards that I definitely recognise, and I've seen some of these people play in real life, so pretty amazing. Let's go to the next one. We've got Palace. Okay. Damn, there's a lot of teams we're going to see, isn't there? Bloody hell. Let's see if we recognise any of these guys. Let's have a look. Got Speroni there. No, he definitely played for Crystal Palace for a number of years there. Let's see if we recognise any more of these. Obviously, if it isn't obvious, I do support Bristol City. So we have seen some of these players play down Ashton Gate. So just trying to see if we have. We've got a Rain Routerledge there. That's a pretty cool card. Obviously, still plays for Swansea, I believe. Got Andrew Johnson. Bloody hell, he was always a nightmare. Didn't he play for Fulham? And he's always scoring. Like, does he come out of nowhere and he just score? Let's go to the next binder. Next page. We've got Everton. Okay, so moving up the ranks now. Let's check some of these cards out. Got a very young Richard Wright there. I think he plays some. Isn't he the Man City's now third keeper in the 21-22 season? So it's pretty crazy. Let's have a look more of these. Alan Stubbs, Yobo. He was a good defender in my opinion. We've got Gary Naismith there. Tony Hibbert there. Look at that. Look who that is. A very young Tim Cahill there. Look at him. Let's see who else we've got. Got a Lee Osman. Oh, let's focus. Come on, webcam. It's not. Let me move my thing. It's gonna focus. Come on. What was the problem with recording live? Gonna. Well, hopefully it focuses soon. Let's see if I can get this to focus in. But I don't think it's gonna focus. Anyway, let's move on. Hopefully it will sort of come back. Got a young Kevin Campbell there, Duncan Ferguson, McFadden, Steve Watson, Kilban, Lee Osman. We've been through them. Let's change to the next page. We've got Fulham, and look who it is up here. See, get that to focus. See, I understand why it's not focusing. Come on. But we've got a Van der Sar up here, which is pretty cool. Let me just see if I stop moving it, maybe it will come back to us. we've got, let me see here. Do I recognise any more of these cards? Here we go, we're back. Okay, cool. We've got Diop, I think he may have passed away, so rest in peace, Diop. Let me see else. We've got that Van der Sar, there he is there, you can tell. Got an Andrew Cole, obviously must have transferred from Manchester United, but I don't recognise any of these guys here. Anyway, let's go on to the next page. Ooh, look who it is. The squad, which, didn't they win the Champions League this year? I'm not a massive Liverpool fan, so say, because I didn't know when they won the Champions League, but I think it was this season, 2004-2005, because they won it in 2005, I'm pretty sure, so this must be the team. So let's have a look. Got Chris Cookland, he played for Liverpool. Got Steve Finnan there, I recognise him. You see, got a very young Jamie Carragher there as well. Got Stephen Warnock down here. You got Luis Garcia, Xavi Alonso, a very young Xavi Alonso there. John Onorisa there. Got quite a few players, and look at that, there he is, Mr. Stevie G himself. Harry QL as well, he was a young up-and-coming star. Milan Barros. Yeah, we've got some pretty cool cards. There's Djibril Cissé, legend. He did play for QPR from what I remember. Some pretty cool cards here. If you're a Liverpool fan, you probably quite like this page. But let's turn over here. Ooh, we've got Man City. Okay, let's check some of these players out. We've got David James, Bristol City goalkeeper at one stage. Can't say he was very good, and was coming to the end of his career. Let's have a look for defenders. We've got Richard Dunn. So obviously this was probably around about, or it was probably too early for the Man City takeover. I think that was a couple of years after this. So these are sort of the old school Man City players, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, I don't even really recognise many of these guys down here. So let's check some of these. We've got Steve McMahon. We've got a very young Joey Barty there. Joey Barton there, who's currently right now favourite to become the Bristol Rovers manager, so we can flip him off. We've got a very young Sean White-Phillips here. He was always a really good player, he's just so fast. A very young Robbie Fowler, a very young Nicholas Anelka there as well. Seeing some pretty cool cards there. Let's turn over. Manchester United. And now, yeah, so these are obviously some insane cards right here, because Manchester United obviously is the biggest club, has the most following, and as you can imagine, demand the most value. So we've got Tim Howard here, a very young Tim Howard. We've got a very young Gary Neville, holy crap, he looks so young. We've got Silvestri, got John O'Shea, a very young Rio Ferdinand. I wonder what year he moved there, I can't remember. Got Wes Brown, we've got Phil Neville, we've got, I've got to show you this guy. Look who it is, Roy Keane. I think he was one of the best players to play to a certain degree. Got a very young Ryan Giggs there, we've got a very young Paul Scholes, wow. Got Darren Fletcher up here, now works within Manchester United's coaching role, I believe. We've got an Alan Smith, we've got a very young Ruud van Nistelrooy here, and as you can see, we've got the big man, Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo. What a card that is, he looks so cool. Probably going to grade this one as well. And we've got Louis Saha as well here. So I know this is the first Wayne Rooney Manchester United card. The year before he was at Everton, so he transferred there that season. So that's a really cool card. This Ronaldo, this is the second year of Ronaldo. So maybe we'll see the earlier one, maybe we'll see the next year, we don't know. Pretty cool cards. Let's turn over. Check these on Middlesbrough. Okay, now the only player I can say straight off I can name a Middlesbrough player and manager is Mr. Gareth Southgate, now England captain. Can't say I rate him too well, and obviously I do recognise this man down here as well, Stuart Downing. Always a good player on his day, because he was English, I don't know, like he maybe just got overlooked, but I thought he was pretty good, to be honest with you, I don't know. Anyway, Mark Viduka, I do recognise him there, and obviously Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank there as well, and Malcolm Christie. So there's some pretty cool cards. Can't say I recognise a lot of them, so hopefully. Oh, got a Ray Parlour there. Ray Parlour, I do recognise him. And so let's turn this over. Newcastle United. What a team. Always had a soft spot for Newcastle. I just think, you know, their fans. You know, obviously we're in lockdown right now, got coronavirus pandemic, but Newcastle fans, man, like they're so under talked about, and they're always like weirdly shaped as some sort of like villain. I don't know. That's just the way my interpretation is of them. Obviously, not them being a villain. I don't think that. I think they're actually misrepresented completely. But they fell out like 60k stadiums. Like whoever they're playing, they just get 60k, and everyone's just like, oh, whatever. But no one else. Arsenal struggled to do that. They have to make it up. So anyway, got some Newcastle. It was Shay Given. Let's see. We've got an Aaron Hughes. Let's see. If they recognise any more of these cards. Got a very young. Look how young he is. He's still going. Won the Champions League last year for Liverpool. James Milner. That's pretty cool. We've got a Nicky Butt up there, a young Nicky Butt. Kieran Dyer. Oh God. Okay. And a Jermaine Genius as well. He loves Spurs, doesn't he? Yeah. Got Lee Boyer. Very good player he was. Oh, look at that! I didn't realise bloody Newcastle had Patrick Kluivert. Holy crap! Look at him. That's a pretty cool. And I got Shola Ameobi there as well. Shola Ameobi. Bloody hell, his bloody brother playing at City. He always bloody scores against City. So yeah, I got very young Craig Bellamy there as well. And look who it is, Mr. Alan Shearer. 3-star rating, but he's banging 30 goals a season in for Newcastle. So anyway, oh, we got the Norwich. Okay, Norwich stayed up that season. Bloody hell. Let's have a look at their players. Robert Green. No, he played for QPR. Let's see if we recognise any of these. Gary Docky, you recognise him back in the day. Can't say I can name any Norwich players, to be honest with you. Can't say I recognise any of them, to be honest with you, except for Robert Green and was it Gary Doherty as well. So let's turn this over. Portsmouth, wow, Portsmouth, okay, League One now. Let's see if we recognise any of these. It's so weird looking back at this and seeing all these teams like Charlton, Portsmouth, you know, in this binder, because obviously they aren't anywhere near where they once were, I guess. Just looking at some of the players. Again, it's so difficult because the names are down like that to actually like straight away know who they are. There's a very young Yukubu there. He was always a really good player, a very pain in the ass, I can imagine, to mark as well. He was just so big and just so like just great in the box, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's go into the next one. Oh, we're actually missing a card. We actually are missing a card. Okay, maybe did it fall out? Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to look for that maybe, but that's quite disappointing. We've got a Southampton. I guess it's not the worst team to miss. It's probably the best player we're missing, but let's check this out. So can't say I can name many of these defenders off the bat. Let's go on to the midfielders. Got a very young James Beattie there, obviously Southampton legend from what I think, and also a Kevin Phillips there as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one. It's already quite a long video here. Ooh, okay, Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, let's see some of their players. Very young Paul Robertson there. Let's see some of their defenders. You recognise many. Ledley King. That's his Spurs legend, I believe. Jamie Redknapp. That's a pretty cool card. Sorry. And a Michael Carrick there. That's pretty cool. Robbie Keane. A Jermaine Defoe. That's pretty cool. That's some pretty cool cards. Let's go on to. This is gonna be the last page, I imagine, of West Brom. Oh god, look at that defender. Pretty hell. Okay, you've got some mugshots of them, look. That's weird. Let's see, any players we recognise here. Off the bat, Zoltan Gira. He played for West Brom for a number of years, didn't he? We've got Robson Kanu there, I believe. Is that Robson Kanu there? That's pretty cool. And let's just turn this page. Yeah, and I guess that's about it really. There's something here, I don't know what that is, but game sequence, interesting. But yeah, like I say, we do appear to be missing one card, which is quite worrying, but I'm pretty happy with that. There's the Arsenal. And I'm just going to take the Manchester United Cristiano Ronaldo and Rooney out, as I'm going to get them graded with PSA. And obviously there's going to be a lot more cards in here that I probably get graded as well. So quite a few legends in here. So let's try and take these cards out as best we can. Okay, here's Ronaldo. So quite a nice card. Let's check the back. It's got a bit of whitening on it, as expected. These cards are obviously very old, but let's get that in a sleeve. So obviously, we want to keep some of the best players actually protected and not in the binder. So let's get them in here. I haven't got many top loaders, so but yeah, there's Ronaldo. Let's put him here. Put that guy back in there, and let's get Wayne Rooney out, this first Manchester United card. So let's check that card out. That's a pretty cool card. Definitely more whitening, as you can see up here, the whitening on the card. So this one's probably not worth grading, but it's definitely a cool card that I might still get graded. I'm going to put in a sleeve, as I say, because these ones are the most valuable out of this set, I believe. Obviously this is the first Wayne Rooney. Let's pop him in a set. There he is, Wayne Rooney. Let's put him over here. Nice one. Okay, well, thanks for watching this part. This is part one, obviously. The next one is going to be the next binder, which I pulled out in the same video. So I'm literally going to stop this recording and get set up for the next one. So thanks, guys, for watching. Hopefully, you know, the cards will grade well. And I'll be looking back at this purchase quite happy. These will be in my collection forever. Just so cool to look back on. So thanks, guys, for watching. Cheers. Bye.